Hello, my name is Fred Shunke. I am the statewide estimating engineer and I work in the proposal management section in the Bureau of Project Development. I have been in this position since January 2015. This estimating training presentation will cover all the content on the estimating web pages. The goal of the estimating web pages is to provide information, estimating tools, and support for designers producing construction estimates. These pages contain information such as the estimate documentation template and estimating tools created and maintained by the department that are linked in the FDM. The estimating web pages are in the wisconsindot.gov website and are linked in the FDM 1955. In the FDM, it is one of the other resources listed in the Tools and Resources section. Here is how you can get directly to the estimating web pages from the wisconsindot.gov website. You go to the wisconsindot.gov website, then you select the Doing Business drop-down menu. Then, in that menu, select the Engineers and Consultants, and then click on Structure and Road Resources. You'll be then sent to the Structure and Road Resources webpage. In the Structure and Road Resources page, scroll about halfway down and you will see the Estimating Resources section, as shown in the right image. Links to all the main estimating web pages are listed on this page. Once you select any of the estimating web page links, there is a left sidebar that contains links to the other estimating web pages. These are the same links linked in the Structure and Roadway Resources webpage. They are the Estimating Highway Construction Projects, or Estimating webpage, Performance Measures, Estimate Development, Estimating Tools, and Estimate Training web pages. The Highway Construction Contract Information web pages, or the HCCI, are linked in the Estimating Web Pages sidebar. The HCCI web pages contain information and documents contractors need related to bidding on department contracts or proposals. The estimating web page is titled the Estimating Highway Construction Projects. This web page starts with a notice saying that pay plan quantities are no longer allowed in projects. Next, the importance of accurate estimates is explained. Accurate estimates are important for the department to successfully manage and deliver its program. Accurate estimates are also necessary in maintaining public confidence and trust throughout the life of the project. The estimate serves as a benchmark for reviewing bids and are essential in awarding proposals. The Confidentiality Memo and the Estimating User Group member information are also on this webpage. We'll discuss these two in more detail. The Confidentiality Memo says a construction estimate is always confidential, and the contractor's bid tab information is confidential until after the proposal is awarded. If a proposal is rejected, the contractor's bid tab information remains confidential. Confidential means the estimate and bid tab information before award are not shared with the general public, even if there is an open records request. Before award, local participating agencies that fund a portion of the project may see construction estimate totals and general bid and estimate comparisons. This helps with their decision to move forward with the award of that project. There is a risk sending the confidential project costs to local participating agencies, because reports and minutes containing confidential costs may become part of an open records request or posted online. The release of this information may compromise the integrity of the competitive bidding process. Individuals that knowingly release this information may be subject to discipline. The Confidentiality Memo does contain additional information. It cites 2 FHWA articles for why the engineer's estimate should remain confidential. The memo also explains why bid tabulations are confidential until the proposal is awarded. Next, I'm going to share information about the Estimating Users Group. The objective of the Estimating User Group is to review, develop, and recommend Wisconsin DOT procedures and best practices for cost estimating. Under the leadership of the Proposal Management section in the Bureau of Project Development, this includes cost estimating training, maintaining the estimating web pages, and maintaining most of FDM 19.5. The Estimating User Group is managed by Jill Fairman and Jim Roy. My boss, Jill Fairman, is the Proposal Management Chief in the Bureau of Project Development, and Jim Roy is the Southwest Region Project Development Chief. Estimating user group members include myself, region program control engineers from each region, project development engineers from each region, including supervisors, project managers, and designers, programming, the Division of Transportation Investment Management, and Bureau of Structures. That includes all the content on the first estimating webpage. Now let's move on to the Estimating Performance Measure webpage. This page contains the Estimate Accuracy Report, a link to the On-Budget Performance Maps measure, links to the Design on Time for state system projects, and for the local system projects MAPS measures. Also, a link to the main MAPS Performance Improvement webpage is provided. We will only be discussing the Estimate Accuracy Report today. More information for any of these performance measures is found on this webpage. The department has an FHWA stewardship agreement for estimate accuracy. At least 15% of estimates should be within 10% of the low bid. Wisconsin DOT's requirement is that 60% of estimates should be within 10% of the low bid. Estimate accuracy report percentages use the low bid as a denominator, and the justification emails discussed in FDM 1957 use the estimate as the denominator. The estimate accuracy report is posted and is updated annually by fiscal year, which is July through June. This report divides and presents estimate accuracy data by a variety of criteria. Estimate accuracy by proposal is shown for the stewardship agreement and Wisconsin DOT requirements. Estimate accuracy by dollars is also shown, which is a better indicator of program stability. For example, if 10 proposals in a letting and 9 of them are about $500,000 with an inaccurate estimate and 1 is $50 million with an accurate estimate. Estimate accuracy by proposal is only 10% according to the performance measures. However, estimate accuracy by dollar value is 92%. The program is more stable if large proposals are accurately estimated. Measuring estimate accuracy by proposal and dollar value provide good context for what is happening with estimate accuracy. If the two percentages vary, we can quickly see if a few large proposals or many small proposals are accurately estimated. And that is everything we're going to discuss on the Estimating Performance Measures webpage. The Estimate Development webpage contains the estimate documentation template and guidance document, past presentations, bid history data, and other miscellaneous items that don't really belong anywhere else, but need to be on the estimating web pages. These miscellaneous items include the justification guidance, the productivity estimation tool, Wisconsin DOT's Chain-Fisher Construction Cost Index, recent estimating trends, and a link to the proposal work type classification webpage. The estimate documentation template and the estimate documentation guidance document are stored in the estimate development webpage. However, FDM 1956 provides guidance on how to fill out the estimate documentation. There is a link to FDM 1956 in the estimating webpage if you somehow find the estimate documentation template outside the FDM. Construction estimate presentations with useful and relevant information are posted. These presentations are presented at the Traffic Improvement Conference and other ACEC presentations. Non-DOT presentations are for information purposes. Recommendations and guidelines that contradict the FDM or the estimating web pages should not be followed. A lot of relevant information does get shared at these presentations. New guidance and recommendations presented at an ACEC event usually make their way into the FDM. Here are the items listed in the bid history data portion of the estimate development webpage. A link to the bid letting page on the HCCI web pages, where past bid results are located under each letting. Statewide average unit prices are provided, but are not to be used for PS&E estimates. And a link to bridge cost data, where a summary of structure costs for each year is produced by the Bureau of Structures. The group of items discussed in the miscellaneous section are not in particular order, and are not related to other miscellaneous topics. The first item is justification email guidance. This guidance is specifically for design engineers who are responding to justification emails discussed in FDM 19.5-7. The justification email guidance is attached to justification emails. An estimate is required to be justified by the designer if the low bid is more than 5% higher than your estimate, if the low bid is more than 10% lower than your estimate, or if quantities need to be checked. Quantities usually need to be checked when there is an item sensitive to flipping the low bidder, if there is a quantity error, or when a bid item significant to the proposal is bid a penny by the low bidder. FDM 19.5.7 explains why these percentages are used for justification emails. A justification letter to the governor's office is sent whenever a contract is awarded that is bid more than 5% over the estimate. Again, Wisconsin DOT has a stewardship agreement with FHWA where 50% of the estimates will be within 10% of the low bid. So we ask designers to respond to justification emails when the bid is more than 10% under the estimate. Again, the justification percentages use the estimate as the denominator, while the estimate action report percentages in the performance measures use the low bid as the denominator. In justification responses, we would like the designer to look at why the proposal was bid above or below the estimate. Then focus on bid items that cause the proposal to require a justification. You do not need to list reasons why all estimate item prices in the attached reports are different from the low bid. You also do not need to wait for concurrence responses before sending the justification. The Bureau of Project Development can ensure no additional information is needed for the justification response before the letting review, and the proposal may be awarded as soon as the concurrences are received. An administrator or secretary review is required on a proposal if the bid is more than 15% over estimate or the low bid is more than $1 million over the estimate. Explaining the proposal's need, scope, and program schedule and reasons why the proposal should be awarded is vital in the administrator and secretary reviews. BPD highly recommends that the designer place a deliberate effort for thorough responses in the justification for projects where bids are higher than the estimate. Otherwise, the proposal may not get awarded. The productivity estimation tool is the preferred way to estimate production rates. Guidance and links to this tool are in FDM 1910 30.3 under Factors Influencing Contract Time. Your construction schedule and production rates should be factored in estimate prices. Production rates have an inverse correlation with unit prices, which means as production rates decrease, unit prices increase. Also, higher bid prices occur with an accelerated schedule and schedule constraints. The production estimation tool will provide the most realistic production rates. The tool considers a variety of design, project attributes, and data entered by Wisconsin DOT construction staff to predict the estimated production rates. The other method to estimate production rates is the average production rate table, which is used for a quick, unrefined estimate of production rates. The Wisconsin DOT Chain-Fisher Construction Cost Index is the next miscellaneous item. It is an indicator of construction cost escalation over time. The Wisconsin DOT CCI is updated each quarter by calendar year. This index can be used to convert past bid history into current dollars. Do not forecast prices past the current date, but use the current Wisconsin DOT CCI value. Region programming will inflate projects into future dollars. Guidance for adjusting unit prices is under Construction Estimate Development in FDM 19.5.5. An example is provided in the FDM for adjusting unit prices. A document to help you understand the Wisconsin DOT Chain-Fisher Construction Cost Index is linked in FDM 19.5.5 and is linked by the index in the Estimate Development webpage. The Wisconsin DOT Chain-Fisher Construction Cost Index is based on FHWA's National Highway Construction Cost Index. A link to FHWA's National Highway Construction Cost Index is provided in the Estimate Development page. Here is what the Construction Cost Index looks like. The index starts at the beginning of 2010. Looking at the first 6 years of the index, prices were increasing at a steady 4 to 5% annual inflation. At the end of 2015, worldwide oil prices dropped, which caused items sensitive to asphaltic material, and fuel price drops to decrease and flatten for a year and a half. Then, in 2018, our program drastically increased, especially in the Southeast region with all the Foxconn-related contracts. During this time, nationwide prices increased, likely due to increased demand in land development and vertical construction. As of the third quarter of 2020, costs have remained steady since quarter one of 2020 due to COVID-19. It has been a roller coaster of price shifts since 2016, so who knows what's going to happen in the future. As you can see, linear inflation rates would not capture drastic variation from one year to the next. After looking at the guidance in FDM 1955 for adjusting unit prices, you will find a simple ratio of past and current construction index values are used to adjust prices. The next miscellaneous item is the Recent Trends document. This document is updated at least every 3 months, about a month before the PS&E submittal. The Recent Trends document contains newer guidance that designers may not know was added or not yet added to the FDM. It also contains existing guidance that should be followed by more designers, helping them to develop more accurate estimates. Project types and bid items that are recently bid much higher or lower are noted in the document. Rejected bids are included when looking at bid items estimated high or low. Rejected bids do provide a better picture for what items are estimated low statewide. Trends will vary in each region and program. Programs and regions with higher budgets will greatly impact the lists of items bid above or below the estimate. Mobilization and lump sum SPVs are commonly on both lists of items bid high and low. They are the least accurately estimated items, and I do not think much can be done for mobilization except to ensure designers are using the similar projects tool that I will mention later. However, as lump sum SPVs continue to make up large portions of contracts, they will remain on this list. Lump sum SPVs are the hardest items to estimate accurately. The next miscellaneous item is a link to the AASHTO Practical Guide to Cost Estimating. This publication focuses on cost estimating techniques. Wisconsin DOT employees can access this book through the Wisconsin DOT Library, and Region Program Control Engineer also has a copy of this book. Copies of the guide may be purchased from AASHTO. Some of our estimating guidance and policies come directly from this AASHTO publication. The final miscellaneous item is a link to the Work Classifications webpage. The Work Classification webpage is linked in the Work Rating column of the datasheet in the Similar Projects tool. Proposal work rating and classification prescribe what type of contractors can bid each proposal. Plan checkers of Bureau of Project Development will enter the proposal classification into AASHTOware pre-construction. The work ratings document explains what each letter means in a work rating. Common work ratings include A for general construction, D for asphaltic pavement, F for structures, and K for incidental. Incidental work includes pavement marking, beam guard, landscaping, and other miscellaneous work. Bid items are grouped and added together for each work rating. If there are no work ratings that make up 35% or more of the estimate, an A or general construction work rating is used. If there are work ratings that make up more than 35% of the estimate, but less than 67%, a work class of B through K is used, combined with an A or general construction. If there is a work rating that makes up 67% or more of the estimate, a single work class of B through K is used. A bridge contractor who only has an F or structures rating cannot bid on proposals with an A or general construction work rating unless it is combined with an F or structures rating. Common examples that a bridge contractor can bid on include F, AF, and AFK. That is a structure rating only, general construction and structures, and then the final one is general construction, structures, and incidental work ratings. That concludes everything that is found on the Estimate Development webpage. The Estimating Tools webpage contains links to tools and actual tools and guides for the estimating tools. These tools are linked in the Tools and Resources of FDM 1955. I'm not going to get into how each tool works, but mainly we'll share what is on the Estimating Tools webpage. The tools on this web page include BidExpress, Estimator, the Quantities to Plans web page, the Asphalt Price Map, Similar Projects tool, and 3 tools maintained by the Division of Transportation Investment Management, or DTIM. DTIM's tools include the Major Projects, Project, and Backbone estimating tools. BidExpress is an online, searchable database of historical bid data developed by Infotech Incorporated. An account is required. The database can be used to find average cost information for specific bid items, search for keywords in bid item descriptions, and review awarded contracts. In the BidExpress section of the Estimating Tools webpage, a link to the BidExpress site is provided. Information for how to gain a login credentials for DTIM employees is also provided. Consultants do need to purchase a subscription directly from BidExpress. A BidExpress user guide for the department is posted on the page. Estimator is a cost estimating tool that's part of the Ashtoware software suite. It is a desktop application that needs to be installed onto a computer. Estimator uses a regression price model based upon economy of scale. As quantities increase, unit prices decrease. DOT employees will need to contact Bureau of IT Services for Estimator access, and consultants need to purchase the software directly from Ashtoware. A link to the department's Estimator item catalog webpage is provided. Estimator files can also be merged, and a user guide for how is posted in the Estimating Tools webpage. Quantities to Plans, or Q2P, is an Excel add-in with its own command ribbon that assists the user in quantity computations, comparing various bid item prices, creating miscellaneous quantity tables, and building and maintaining construction estimates. Q2P does not replace any estimating tools, but is a tool to organize and electronically transfer information between miscellaneous quantity tables and construction estimates. The Q2P webpage has user guides for the current and previous versions of Q2P. Installation instructions for Wisconsin DOT employees and consultants are provided with the required files. Additional support information is provided on the page. It includes a support email address and an option to subscribe to the Q2P email distribution list for new updates. PowerPoint slides for miscellaneous quantity sheet borders are also provided. A link to the Ashtoware project knowledge base for creating estimates in Estimator and pre-construction is provided. On the bottom of the page, Q2P support staff by region is listed, but some individuals would simply relay information to Q2P power users. I recommend using the Q2P mailbox, and that Q2P mailbox will get you in direct contact with the Q2P power users, or DOT Q2P at dot.we.gov. Next, the Estimating Tools webpage has a link to the Asphalt Price Map. The Asphalt Price Map uses an ArcGIS analysis to develop unit price model. It is created and updated by the Bureau of Project Development. Project information comes from the Similar Projects tool. The asphalt unit price model uses historic hot mix asphalt pavement prices from about the last 5 years of projects with more than 1,300 tons of total HMA. Unit prices are the combined HMA prices for each contract. Bid prices are adjusted into current dollars using the Wisconsin DOT Chain-Fisher Construction Cost Index and do not need to be inflated. Additional guidance for using the Asphalt Price Map is found in the initial splash screen and in the Information tab on the top right of the screen. The Asphalt Price Map may be used with BidExpress. This map can be used to find nearby counties with similar asphalt prices, and these counties can be used in the search criteria. Here is a screen capture of the Asphalt Price Map. I wanted to show that geographic location of the project has a large factor in HMA unit prices. Areas with genuine competition see lower asphalt prices compared to areas with no competition. Next, the Similar Projects tool is an Excel file created and updated by the Bureau of Project Development. This tool uses bid history that can be filtered by a variety of criteria. This tool is versatile since it contains proposal ID, controlling project ID, and other information for all awarded proposals. The Similar Project tool contains guidance within the tool, and this guidance is posted near the Similar Projects tool on the Estimating webpage. The statewide mobilization summary is also posted below the Similar Projects tool. The summary gives mobilization percentage by improvement strategy. Asphalt and concrete pavement contracts have similar mobilization percentages by improvement strategy. The cost estimating tools maintained by the Division of Transportation Investment Management assist in preparing accurate total project cost estimates during project definition. They are for major, backbone, and other large projects. Guidance and a presentation are only available for the Major Projects Estimating tool in the Estimating Tools webpage. And that concludes all the tools found on the Estimating Tools webpage. The Estimate Training webpage contains available construction estimate training videos. The training videos are based upon FDM 19.5 along with tools and resources linked in the FDM. As the FDM, estimating tools and resources are updated, the training videos will be updated. That is everything we currently have on the estimating web pages. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email or call me using the contact information provided on the screen. Thank you.